Okay, so we took the left-hand branch. You can see the chain air line, and just in this little alcove here, there's just a little storage alcove, but there's an old stretcher that they would have used to, if anybody got injured, drag them out. And that might be, I don't know if that's an old first aid pack, probably, I guess. Pretty neat old artifact. And we're going to go back to the main branch. The main tunnel continues that way. I'm going to go check that out and see what's further on in the left branch of the Ruth Hope. Well, we've come to a little intersection here where the tunnel branches off to the right with the ore cart tracks, and there's a tunnel straight ahead with no ore cart. Oh, looks like maybe the ore cart tracks were removed and they're on the floor here. It looks like that tunnel just dead ends right there. We'll probably check it out on the way back, and we'll continue down the main branch here. Just goes to the left and then makes another right-hand turn, and we're going to go see what's around that turn. Looks like some collapse up ahead. If it's just ventilation tubing that's collapsed down, or looks like it might have just been a timbered section. Well, it's really hard to walk here because the electrical conduit is coming down in the middle of the tunnel, and it's really rocky. Just a really sketchy collapsed section. We'll try to make our way past this and pick up filming on the other side. Okay, so that's what we climbed through, and looking around, there's another little collapse up ahead that we're going to have to pass through. So I want to get through that area. Does it go up, Stu?
What?
Does it go up?
No, it's a little offshoot that's caved in more or less.
Alright, it's just a little... Is there a tunnel that continues there, or does it just end right there?
No, I think it goes past.
No, this right here, the little room.
To the left? No, there's nothing.
Just ends there. We're going to make our way forward. Okay, so we made our way down this left branching tunnel, which once I made it past that, it has blocked all of the water in, and it's over top of my boots. Well, not over top, but I have maybe a half an inch. And apparently the straight tunnel stops right there. It's too sketchy to go over. And there is a slight left with an ore chute. Stu, who's about 6'3" and got way longer boots than I do, went over there, and he said the right branching tunnel, or the straight ahead tunnel, is too sketchy to go by, and the left side there's just an ore chute there. So I think we're gonna say that's the end of this branch at the Ruth Hope, and possibly go back and check out one of the other branches. So we're headed down this branch now with the all the timbering and stuff, and apparently they said there might be a vertical shaft at the end of it, but it's hard to tell. But we're gonna walk down here and see what we can see. Make it through this really rotten timber. There's nothing left on the ceiling to fall, so probably okay there. It's not easy to walk through this stuff. Ooh, that's really soft. Maybe what I'll do is, let's see. Jesus. You go to stand on something and it's just like a sponge.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they might have just blasted the floor lower than the tracks, so they had to stack up on it. But
it's hard to say, yeah. There might have been a shaft there at one time. It does look like there's timbers going across.
How they ran that cable out the drill hole and punched another one to get it over to the other tunnel around. Never seen that before. It's like a hydraulic one.
Yeah, it does look like hydraulic hose. Either look like they were going to continue, or it did continue like on a winds or something like that and it's collapsed in.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go any further with it because it's probably not the safest. The rock looks pretty fractured in this area. So we'll go back out through that timbered section that I stumbled my way through on the way in here, which was just a pile of sponge basically. And we'll take the next branch in the Ruth Hope mine. Okay, so let's head looking back towards the entrance. And we're at this branching right tunnel here. And we're going to see if we can get in. Apparently there's some sort of like foam or something blocking the door, so we're going to see if we can just move some of the foam out of the way and go past it. And I'll continue filming if we get by. So this was the door we were talking about that was foamed over, and we can't get by it. Somebody's broken a hole in it at some point. And you can see the foam is inside as well, so I don't know. Not exactly sure why they foamed this area up, but the guys have already gone in with the gas monitor and said that it dropped from 20.9 to 20.2, so only 0.7 of a oxygen drop in there. So we're gonna climb in through the door and have a look around what's in there. Okay, so we're through the foam door and walking down this branch of the Ruth Hope mine. Takes an immediate hard left. And there's a room off to the left with a head frame in it, and it kind of goes into the left there, as well as off to the right. We'll go in and check those out on the way back. And the main branch continues down this way. This looks like it could have been a much older branch. Everything seems really old in here. The tracks all seem really rusted. Much, much older than the other area of the mine. Maybe that's why they sealed it off. There was no plans to use it anymore, but at some point over time the foam either let go or somebody was in here. You can see footprints and stuff, so somebody was in here. There's a bit of an alcove to the right. Does it go anywhere?
No.
Just a storage area or whatever?
No, I just smelled sulfur. I'm just kind of poking around the meter.
Yeah. Some really deep mud. Yeah, I stepped in a spot and went down about 6 inches. Wow, this is a really narrow gauge track and everything in here, hey?
That's been the old section.
This is definitely the older section of the mine for sure. Yeah. Okay, watch. I don't know what's over here. It's just flooded, I think, a little bit. Another collapse. So maybe we'll try to get past this and then I'll pick up filming on the other side of this from this older tunnel in the Ruth Hope. Okay, so we kind of scrambled through this section here where there was a fair amount of collapse. It looks like they had the roof supported and the roof has fallen in. So we climbed over top of it. You can see the fractures in the rock and that in here, so it's pretty unstable. So we're going to get out of this section. It looks like we're back into the hard rock. here because the tunnel's in much better shape. Make our way down here and continue down this branch and see where this leads us. It's kind of a cool little unexpected find. So it sounds like we went past that little watery section, and it turns out it just goes into a little room here. And it may have been a vertical shaft, or it may just be a pile of stuff. Hard to say. Yeah, hard to say. But I'm not going to walk over all this wood and take my chances. But looks like this is the face of this drift. So we'll call this the end of this drift. And this is kind of the older section of the mine, so there's an old tin can in the corner there of some sort. And lots of old wooden timbers where they either had a floor there or they were going to stope up or something and decided not to and called it the end of the drift. So we'll be heading back to the main branch and taking the next drift tunnel. Alright, so that's the way we came from. And we're back at this intersection with the head frame, or bulkhead I guess you'd call it. And that's looking back at that foam door. So we're going to make our way. The left branch is a dead end right around the corner. You can basically see they went left a little bit and then this timber's really soft here. So the left is a dead end here. It just stops right here. Yeah, there's the face there, or the end of the drift. They decided not to go, and the right branching tunnel apparently goes. And just over here, you can see there's ore cart tracks in the tunnel. Just make my way over this collapsed area. Apparently the air's really good in here, over 20%. Collapse?
Just stopes. Yeah, it's pretty filled in, but it's just kind of little stopes. You can look if you want.
Yeah, I will.
There might be one tunnel off to the left that went kind of down and off, but I didn't really go down.
Little tunnel dugout area on the left here.
Yeah, I'm getting sweaty.
Look, it's just kind of a crumbly area, so I'm going to make my way over this and I'll film once I get to the other side of it. Okay, so I climbed up on top, and this is just a kind of a little cavern that they hollowed out here. It doesn't go anywhere. And down to my right here, it's just the same. It's just kind of a little stopey area. Lots of big collapse on the ceiling, so we're not going to proceed past. It looks like it might continue up there, but this rock is very unstable. And you can see that huge piece right there that came off the ceiling. So we're going to call that the end of this drift and make our way back to that main tunnel. It's really hot in here too. Okay, so that's looking back where we came from the deeper end of the mine, and looking the other way. That's back towards the entrance where the ore carts and stuff were. There's a couple of ore carts. And back this way is another bulkhead and a door, probably leading to another older part of the mine. This is where all the air is coming from. A lot of air movement in here. And this right branch leads back, just does a loop where those logs are. Just past that is the main haulage tunnel. And we're going to make our way down this tunnel and see what's at the end of this one. This is, I think, our last branch before we go out, but I can't remember. But yeah, we'll make our way down, have a look. Okay, so we made our way a little deeper in here. There's looking back towards the main haulage tunnel. And there's looking ahead, and apparently we have really deep water. So I'm gonna go see if I can get past it with my boots. I've got pretty big, deep boots, they're almost to my knees, but unfortunately I'm only 5'11". Stu is 6'3", so his boots are taller than mine, by about 3 inches. But it looks pretty deep from what I'm seeing. Yeah, that looks pretty deep.
Yeah. Looks to be the way stick to the side. So if you want to turn around, just go in.
Well,
I guess here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tread forward and see if I can make it through this deep water. Just wanted you to get a look at the stuff floating in the water here. Not exactly sure what it is. It looks like it might be oil. Hard to tell exactly what it is. It's not very pleasant. So I don't know. I'm gonna probably try to crawl over the pipes because the water in between the pipes looks pretty deep, and then we'll see what's on the other side of the pipes. Okay, so we just made our way from there through this murky water. It's really like mineralized water. There's all kinds of stuff in it. It's really weird. I monitor the oxygen level is really good though. So, and over here there's kind of some old beams and what looks like, I thought it was an old pipe at first, but it's just a cross support timber. And there's an old drill rod on the floor. Whoops, that was deep there. And not sure how much further it goes up ahead, but I'm gonna try to make our way through here.
And this is like putrid sludge.
I know, it's pretty nasty looking stuff, isn't it? But the oxygen is okay?
Yeah, I mean, there must be enough level or something. We're same as outside right now.
Same as outside, okay.
Stay on the rail, it's okay.
So, I'm gonna make my way past this deep part and continue filming on the other end. Okay, so we've reached the end of this. The left-hand branch, it just dead ends right there. Right there. But there's an old winch wheel. I don't want to walk out any further because there are beams and stuff on the floor, and it may have just been a support. But I don't want to take a chance that there's a winds or something there. The water gets fairly deep here. But you can see there was a winch right there. And then they had obviously a stope that went up there, up into it was either an incline or up into a stope. But I can't get over there. It's really tough to tell what's under the water here because it's not clear. And yeah, there's lots of huge boulders collapsed, and apparently there is a tunnel that continues over there, but it's flooded up to our waist, so we can't get by. And I think this might be the bottom of either an ore chute or a stope, where you can see it's all collapsed down. So anyway, one last look at that wheel and the winch. You can see the gear controls. And yeah, what would have been a winds or something it looks like, I guess. So we're gonna make our way back out. We're just making our way out of the Ruth Hope line, through the watery section. And we make our way out to the vehicles. And move on to the next one, which I think is Lucky Jim. Get past this watery section. So we're headed back to the portal. I'd say it was like 2.5 hours on the ground we spent. And saw lots of cool things. Lots of old machinery. And that's that tunnel we went down when we first got in. So it turned out to be a pretty interesting little explore. And you can see way in the distance there past Stu, you can see the portal there. So this will be it from the Ruth Hope mine. Okay, so here's one last shot looking out the portal. Stu's already on the other side. You can see the doors on the attic. And there's looking back down the tunnel. And yeah. Guess that'll be it from Ruth Hope mine. It was a good explore, a good 2.5 hours underground, and hopefully you guys liked the video. Okay, so we're back out of the Ruth Hope mine, and most of the smoke is cleared. As you can see, we got some blue sky moving in. And yeah, everything smells fresh. Hopefully it cleared up some of the forest fires that they've been having. And we'll take one last look around. There's Sandon down below. So, I guess that's it from Ruth Hope. It's looking back at the edit. Well, thanks for watching.